Do you or someone you know tend to have a bit of a short fuse? Seem to react to situations in ways that seem a little over the top? While there could be many explanations, our reactions may be driven by stress and anxiety. Hello, I'm Dr. Susanna Zito and I'm here at BrainFit Resorts to talk to you today about stress and anxiety and why prevention is better than symptom management. Stress and anxiety are quite different but can manifest in very similar ways. Often we may experience stress and anxiety together, and this can cause a lot of struggle for people. Stress is the body's reaction to any change that requires an adjustment. The body reacts to these changes with physical, mental, and emotional responses. Even positive life changes such as a promotion, buying your new home, or the birth of a child can all produce stress. Stress can manifest itself in the body with tension, irritability and agitation, emotionally with anger, worry or overwhelm, and in our minds with thoughts like this is too much or I can't handle this. Anxiety, on the other hand, refers to when a person is preoccupied with anxious thoughts, has constant worried feelings, and experiences a range of physically disturbing symptoms like shortness of breath, headaches, tension, digestive issues, and even sometimes panic attacks and fainting spells. Anxious feelings and thoughts often result from a perceived threat. For example, being anxious about giving a presentation at work and fearing it will go wrong, or being afraid of germs or dogs or air travel. Behaviorally, anxiety manifests with the avoidance of what we fear or what makes us anxious. While acute stress and short-term anxiety are a normal part of life, it is a problem when they become chronic, persistent, and affect our well-being. Thankfully, there's much we can do to help us deal with stress and anxiety. When working with our clients, I always like to introduce the following concept: prevention is better than cure. Why wait and have to manage the symptoms as they arise, when a steady and regular self-care routine really is the better way to deal with them? Imagine that your mind is like a bucket of water. The full bucket represents your mind when you are overwhelmed, anxious, or stressed. You're irritable, you can't think straight, or you can't sleep. Now imagine this bucket at a time of relaxation, like for example when playing with a puzzle, doing some gardening or watching TV. As there is not too much going on, you would have just a little water in there. Let's say only 1/5 of the bucket is full to account for being awake and alert. For some people who have recently experienced a serious event or a trauma, the bucket may be a bit fuller. Let's say 2/5 full, even if they're just doing something nice and relaxing. The same would go for someone with a history of mental health in the family. The bucket might also be fuller to account for their predisposition towards anxiety symptoms or stress. If there are any other occurring life struggles like work health problems, relationships, or other conflicts, the bucket might fill up even more. So depending on what's happening in someone's life, the family history, the health status and habits, the bucket fills up with water and could even be quite full up to the brim when one is just sitting and relaxing or watching TV. What does this mean? It means that under these circumstances, even the tiniest of inconveniences, like for example not being able to locate your favorite pair of socks, could send you into a state of overwhelm, with the water level shooting out of your bucket like a volcanic eruption. Have you ever experienced a moment like that? Losing it over something that did not deserve the response it received? Something that usually would not affect you in that way. Maybe it happened because your bucket was completely full. It also means that for someone whose bucket is quite empty, it will take more time to feel overwhelmed, as there is a long way before the water reaches the top. This means they might handle stressful situations with more composure. With this in mind, the best way to think of stress and anxiety management is to consider it not so much as something to engage in response of stress or anxiety, because the bucket will be full, but rather as an ongoing practice of self-care where we regularly tip some of the water out to keep the water level low. What does this mean in practical terms? Think of all the things that help you empty your bucket. They may be very different for everyone. What makes you happy? What makes you relax? What fulfills you and brings you joy? Any answers to those questions are good stress and anxiety management strategies for you. You may consider well-established daily routines like walks and physical exercise, slow breathing exercises, yoga practice, mindfulness, or going for a massage, which are all effective ways to settle the mind and empty your bucket. By doing this regularly, the water levels are kept low by being tipped out often. Keep in mind that attending to ourselves when our bucket is full is the hardest task. At these times, we have already depleted our reserves. When we're overstressed and overwhelmed, it is very hard to slow down and plan for our self-care. So the best anxiety and stress management advice is to be conscious and take care of ourselves on a daily basis. By doing things to empty your bucket as often as possible, you will see that your overall stress and anxiety levels will be reduced. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and want to know more ways that you can take better care of your body and mind, visit BrainFit Resorts today and check out our blog section at www.brainfitresorts.com. Just see the links in the description below. We post new videos here every week, so click on that subscribe button for more hints, tips and information on how to live your most fun, fulfilled, brain-healthy life. Once again, I'm Dr. Susanna Zito, thanking you very much for watching, and until next time, live strong, live well, live BrainFit.